Hola estudiantes, espero que todo os vaya bien. I hope all is going well for you. So, most of you are going to be sitting your Leaving Cert exam in June, but even much more immediate to that, in about 4 or 5 weeks, you're going to be going into your oral exam. So I decided to make a short video to help boost your range of vocabulary. So with three very simple steps, you can potentially create, or you will know how to create, well over 700 adverbs. So in Spanish, these words end with mente, M-E-N-T-E, and it's always mente. There's no change to that spelling, which is really handy for us. And those words correspond in English to words that end with ly. For example, we have fácilmente or easily. The three simple steps are: step 1, start with your adjective, any adjective at all, then turn that adjective into its feminine form. And lastly, add on mente. It's that simple. Now let's see some examples of these three steps in action. Step 1, we'll have our adjective, for example, obvio. We'll turn that into its female form, obvia. That gives us really quickly obviamente. It's that simple. You cannot go wrong. And I know you have already guessed what this is in English. Obviously. But what happens if the adjective that we're starting off with in step 1 doesn't actually end in O or A? For example, it could end in a consonant like principal, or it could end in a vowel, but it's not actually O or A. For example, simple. It's even easier. All you do is pop on mente. Keep everything as it is and pop on mente. And as you've already guessed, we get then principalmente and simplemente. It's very simple. 3 steps to produce many hundreds of adverbs. So let's see some more examples. So we can see our kind of 3 categories here. We have our adjective on the left in Spanish. We have our transform that into our adverb in the middle, and then our translation into English. So we'll start off claro, clear. That gives us claramente. In English, you've guessed it, clearly. Sincero, sincere. Into its adverb form, sinceramente, sincerely. Inicial, initial. You've guessed it already, inicialmente, initially. And the last one, rápido, quick or rapid. That gives us rápidamente, and as you've guessed, quickly or rapidly. Notice in this one we have an accent. So the trick is always keep the accent and keep it on the letter where it is in the original adjective. So we can see it here, it's on the first vowel A, so we'll keep it on the first vowel A in the adverb. I suppose the last thing we really need to see is how can we actually apply this in real terms in the Leaving Cert exam? Well, across the board really, but 2 specific places just for this video would be in the oral and in the opinion piece. So let's imagine that it's the morning of your oral. You walk into the room, the examiner is sitting there, and they say, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? And you say, estoy muy bien, estoy cansado, or estoy cansada. ¿Por qué? Últimamente he estudiado mucho. And in English, lately I've been studying a lot. This is a great way to start your conversation with your examiner. It gets you off to the right foot and gets you some nice points in there. Últimamente he estudiado mucho. Okay, well, in the opinion piece then, I'm sure at this stage you're all very, very familiar with how to start, how to begin a good opinion piece. So, you have to state whether you agree with the statement or you disagree. So in this case, we're going to agree, but we're going to agree a little bit more emphatically than just saying I agree. So we have estoy absolutamente de acuerdo con la afirmación. Estoy totalmente de acuerdo con. And that gives us in English, I absolutely agree, I totally agree, I wholeheartedly agree. So that's it, guys. Those are your 3 steps. You can take any adjective at all, turn it into an adverb in Spanish with these 3 simple steps. So guys, I really, really hope that you've benefited a lot from this video. So if it was helpful for you, you might consider giving me a like. Maybe you might think of a friend who also could benefit from this video. You might pop in a comment below where in fact you think you could apply any of these adverbs in your exam. I would also recommend that you save it because you never know, a week or 2 weeks before your written paper or the night before your exam, you might need to refresh really quickly this particular topic. So that's it, guys, for this video. I wish you all the very best with your Spanish studies, and I'll be back very soon with another tips and tricks video for Junior Cert and Leaving Cert Spanish. Hasta luego!